Hello everyone, my name is Rimpi and welcome to my channel. Dear friends, today we will be understanding the past tense. So without any delay, let's start. So the word tense, it is derived from a Latin word tempus, which means time. So grammar tenses refer to the state of the verb. The state or the tense of the verb explain the time of the action. So mainly the time of the action is the tense. So time is divided into three main periods, that is present, past and future. For example, I hear a sound outside. That means this thing is happening in the present. I heard a sound outside. That means this thing has already happened. I shall hear a sound outside. That means this thing will happen in the future. So these are some examples of present, past and future tense. So let's begin with past tense. So what is a past tense? Past tense means the action which has already happened in the past, right? So we have four kinds of past tense. It is divided into four types. The first one is simple past tense, then we have past continuous tense, then past perfect tense, and the last one is past perfect continuous tense. So the first part is simple past. Simple past or past indefinite refers to an action that took place in the past. So it is known as indefinite because it's not defined, the time is not defined when exactly it happened. Alright, and one action that has already taken place in past. The action is both complete and it took place before the moment of speaking. So when we are speaking, that action has already happened before the moment of speaking and that action is already complete. Okay, that is our simple past. Now let's see the formation of simple past. So simple past is formed by using the past tense form of the verb with all subjects. So with all kinds of subjects, we just used the past tense form. And when we have to make the negative statements, then we use did not and the base form of the verb. Alright, and when we have to make question statements, then we bring did to the initial position. That means we start the sentence or the question sentence with did. So in questions which begin with WH questions, okay, WH words, we bring the WH word before did. So whenever we have questions which starts from WH like what, where, etc., we bring that question before we use did. Now let's see some examples of simple past tense. So for affirmative, affirmative means when you are agreeing to something. So the example is I played cricket. Here the verb is played and played is in past tense, right? We played cricket. When we have to make negative sentence, let's see the example. I did not play cricket. Here we have to remember one thing. Whenever we use did, okay, in a sentence, then we use the base form of the verb. So here instead of using played, we are using play because we already have did word in this sentence. So it will be I did not play cricket. We did not play cricket. Okay, and when we have to make question sentence and when we are asking something, so it will become did I play cricket. Now the word did, it will come to the initial or the beginning of the sentence, so it will become did I play cricket. Now again we have the word did here, so play will be play, not played. Okay, did we play cricket? So these are some examples of simple past tense. So it means that an action that took place in the past and the action is complete and it took place before the moment of speaking. Now let's see some uses of simple past tense. Where do we use simple past tense? First thing is to describe an action that occurred in the past. So whenever we have to describe any kind of an action which has already happened in the past, we use simple past tense. For example, I ate a big spicy piece of pizza for my breakfast. Now here that thing is already happened in the past. Okay, so the verb ate is denoting our simple past tense here. I ate a big spicy piece of pizza for my breakfast. That means this action is already complete before the moment of speaking. As I'm speaking right now, this action has already completed. So it is simple past tense. To refer an action completed regardless of how recent or distant in the past. So whenever we have to refer to any kind of an action, but it could be an action which happened recently, or it could be an action that happened way far in the past, so we use simple past tense to say it. For example, Alexander Bell invented the telephone in 1876. Now this thing has happened, or this action happened way back in 1876. But when we have to convey or refer this kind of an action, we use simple past tense. So here the verb invented, it is showing the simple past tense. Okay. Next is, for an action done repeatedly, habitually, or at regular times in the past. So any action which is happening repeatedly or habitually it is happening, then also we use simple past tense. For example, we saw the movie Titanic several times at the cinema. Now this movie Titanic, they have already seen many a time. So for denoting this action also, we are using simple past tense. Okay. And at last, for a state in the past. I felt very tired after a couple of games of tennis. So what were you feeling at that time? So what was your state at that time? So if we have to describe our state in the past, then also we use simple past tense. As the example is given, I felt very tired. How were you feeling? Tired. So here we have used simple past tense to refer it. Alright, so these are some uses of, or these are few uses of simple past tense. Now let's jump on to past continuous tense. So here from the words itself we can understand something that has happened in past and it was in continuity. Continuous means continuity. Let's see. The past continuous tense denotes the continuity of an action in the past. That means any action which was happening in the past, then we use past continuous tense. It does not say when the action started, nor does it say when or whether it was completed. So whenever we are using past continuous tense, we don't know when exactly that action started and whether it was completed or not, but we only know one thing, that it was in progress, it was in continuity. Okay. Now let's see the formation. How do we form the past continuous tense? So past continuous tense is formed by using was or were, verb, and then ing. Was and were are used according to the following rule. So whenever we have singular subject, we use were, and when we have plural subject, we use were. Let's see here. With I, he, she, it, and every other singular noun subject, we use was. For example, I was, he was, she was, it was, etc. And when we have you, we, they, all or all plural noun subjects, then we use were. For example, you were, we were, they were, etc. Okay. Now let's see the formation and examples of past continuous tense. So how do we form past continuous tense in affirmative? Affirmative means when the sentence is in agreeing mode. Okay. So the formula will be subject, was, were, verb first form, and then ing. For example, I was reading. So here the subject is I. So with singular subject we are going to use was. Okay. And the base form of the verb is read. So with read we will put ing. It will become I was reading. If we have they in the subject like plural, so it will become they were reading, because with plural we use were. Okay. So when we have to form a negative sentence, then we use subject, was, were, not, verb first form, and then ing. For example, I was not reading. They were not reading. Alright. when we have to make interrogative sentences, then was and were will come at the beginning of the sentence. So here the formula is was verb, subject, and then verb first form with ing. For example, was I reading, were they reading, etc. And don't forget, put the question mark after the sentence. So this is how we form the past continuous tense. Now let's see some uses of past continuous tense. For an action that was taking place in the past when an interrupted action happened. So in the past, when one action was already happening and other action started happening at the same time, then we use past continuous tense. For example, we were camping. Now this is the first action that was actually happening. Okay, we were camping. When I got stung by a bee. Now another action that started happening at that moment only is I got stung by a bee. Now we will use the past continuous tense to say this thing. Okay. Next is to show that it is in the middle of an action. So when something is in the middle of action, then we also use past continuous tense. I was collecting old newspaper. For an action that was happening and not yet finished at a particular time or throughout a period of time in the past. So for an action that was happening and it wasn't finished at a particular time or maybe throughout the period of time in the past, then also we used past continuous tense. For example, grandma was knitting a sock at 11 o'clock last night. Now we don't know whether that work or the action completed or not. So for telling this thing also we will use past continuous tense. Grandma was knitting a sock at 11 o'clock last night. So this was our past continuous tense. Now let's jump on to past perfect tense. The past perfect tense denotes the completion of an action before a certain given time in the period or in the past. So what happens in the past perfect tense is some action that has already completed before a certain given time in the past. Okay, like one action that was already completed before the other one. So if this reference to the past is not given, so अगर उसके लिए reference of past नहीं given किया गया है, so past perfect tense cannot be used. So except with already and before, so except these two words already and before, which indicate a time reference. Alright, so we always need time reference to use a past perfect tense. Now let's see the formation of past perfect tense. It is formed by using had and then past participle form of the verb. So what do we use in past perfect? We use had and the past participle form of the verb. And when we have to make it negative, then we use not after had. For example, he had not. And then when we have to make interrogative sentences, then we use had before the subject. That means we will use had at the beginning of the sentence. It will be had he, like this. Now to understand this better, let's see the formation, that means the formulas and examples. When it is the affirmative sentence, we use subject, had, verb third form and then object. For example, if the subject is I, then we will use I had, post will become posted, object is the letter. So I had posted the letter. That means this work was already done or finished. For negative, subject had not, verb third form and then object. So I had not posted the letter, for making it negative. And when we have to ask any questions, it will be the had, it will come at the beginning of the sentence, like had and then subject, then verb third form, then object and then question mark. There must be a question mark because we are asking a question. So for example, had I posted the letter? Alright, and there should be a question mark. So this is how we form past perfect tense. Now let's see some uses of past perfect tense. Where do we use them? For an action which took place and completed in the past. So any action which happened in the past and it was completed, then we used past perfect tense. For example, we were glad that the train had arrived. Now what was the action? The action was the train was coming. Alright, now the train arrived, the action happened there, it was completed there, then we use our past perfect tense. For an action which happened before a definite time in the past, so when a time limit, a time is given in the past and one action has already completed before that time, then also we used past perfect tense. For example, they had said their prayers by 10 o'clock. Now here the definite time which was given was 10 o'clock, so the action was saying the prayers. Now saying the prayers, that action was already completed by 10 o'clock, before that time, so then also we use past perfect tense. And the last one is to show an action happened in the past before another action took place. So whenever we have to use, or we have to show any kind of an action that happened in the past before another action took place, then also we use past perfect tense. For example, we arrived at the cinema. Now this action has been completed after the film had started, so this is the other thing, this is the other action which was happening. So first was we arrived at the cinema, now this was done after the film had started. Okay, two actions going together. So this is, or this was the use of past perfect tense. Now let's see past perfect continuous tense. This is the last one, past perfect continuous tense. So the past perfect continuous tense shows that a certain action started in the past and was in progress before a given time in the past. To explain it better, the past perfect continuous tense shows that one action, it was in progress before the given time in the past. Okay, now how do we form it? It is formed by using had, been, and then present participle, then verb plus ing, and we can also use since and for to show the time reference. When we have to make negative sentences, we place not after had, and when we have to make questions, we bring had before the subject. Okay, now let's see examples to understand this better. How do we form it, the rules? So the rule is subject had, been, verb first form, ing, since for, and then reference to the past. For example, he had been writing a book for 5 months. Now when do we use since and when do we use for? When we have to show when the action started, then we use since, and when we have to show for how much time, then we use for. Okay, so here it is, he had been writing a book for 5 months. That means one action was in progress before a certain period of time. So that is, he had been writing a book for 5 months. When we have to make it negative, we just have to put not after had. So the formula will become subject had not been, verb first form, ing, since for, and reference to the past. For example, he had not been wasting his time since morning. Okay, and when we have to make an interrogative, when we are asking any questions, then we put had at the beginning. So it will become, had he been waiting for somebody for 2 days, and then question mark. This is how we make interrogative. So overall, the past perfect continuous tense shows that a certain action, it was started in the past and it was in progress before a given time in the past. Let's see some uses of past perfect continuous tense. When do we use past perfect continuous tense? For an action that occurred over a period of time in the past. Okay, something, any action that happened in the past for a period of time. For example, he had been playing keyboard in a jazz band. So that means this thing or this action was in progress for some period of time in the past. And for an action which started and finished in the past before another past action, that means one action, it was started and it was finished before the other action started in the past. किसी भी एक्शन के पास्ट में होने से पहले जब एक पास्ट में एक्शन कंप्लीट हो चुका हो, then also we use past perfect continuous tense. For example, we had been waiting long when a waitress came up to us. That means this action, waiting, that was this one action was happening when another action happened. For example, what was the other action which was happening? That waitress came up to us. This was the other action. So for showing this also, we use past perfect continuous tense. So this was our past perfect continuous tense. So overall, in past tense, we talk about events or action that already happened in the past or was in progress in past. All right. So we have four kinds. The first one is simple past, second one is past continuous, then past perfect, and then past perfect continuous. I hope that you understood the past tense. And if you understood, please hit the like button and comment in the comment box. And now I'll meet you in my next video. Till the time, take care. Have a wonderful day ahead. Bye bye.